Welcome to another excursion. Today I am in a woodland. There's a lovely, lovely mist and fog today, and the rain ended at about noon. And right after the rain, right after the final drops began to fall, a thick fog rolled into town, and I've been telling myself whenever on our next foggy day I have to go and try my hand at some woodland photography. Now, I'm very inexperienced when it comes to woodland photography. I've only tried it once in all my 15 years as a photographer. So if I was going to try it again, it would have to be under these conditions. Nice thick fog. Could be foggier, but it's enough. It's enough to add a unique element to any composition that I may come across. And I found one here, though it's not a composition that is going to make full use of the fog, but rather the dew. There's dew everywhere, on every leaf, on the moss on the trees, and I love dew. I love photographing droplets on anything that's blossoming currently. There's a lot of blossoming. Everywhere you look, there are buds, you know. Little buds, small buds, medium-sized buds, flower buds, plant buds, fern. Everything is just budding right now, and dew looks beautiful on budding vegetation. And as well, also, it looks fantastic on moss. There's an old fallen tree here, and there's some dew clinging to the moss. So I'm going to try to capture it. I have my Nikon D5500 with the good old trusty nifty 50, my 1.8 nifty 50. So I don't need a tripod because I'm shooting wide open at 1.8. I want maximum depth of field, and I think a 1.8 aperture is going to go perfectly with what I'm trying to get here. So here I go. Again, what I'm doing, I'm taking that dew, putting it at the forefront of the frame, all while using the wide open aperture to create that depth of field, and the moss on the log makes for some fantastic bokeh. For those of you who don't know what bokeh is, now bokeh is a Japanese word used to describe a blurred background. In photography, bokeh refers to a background where the subjects are blurred out to the point where whatever's behind there is just no longer visible or distinguishable. Now, normally, when you're taking photographs of dew on vegetation or flowers, florals, you want a macro lens. Why did I only bring my 50 today? Well, I think in a situation like before with the dew on the log, a macro wouldn't have helped. Yes, you do want a macro if you want to emphasize on the droplet of water. I'm not looking to emphasize on the droplet of water. I'm looking to just capture branch, budding vegetation, and the dew only adds an element to the composition. So in a sense, I'm taking florals today, and not macro florals, but any conventional floral that anyone would take with a 35 millimeter, or in this case a 50. And on the crop sensor, I'm actually at 65 millimeters. And I also plan on taking some landscapes with the 50. So you can't do that with a macro. So I'm all about the 50 today, baby. The nifty 50 and me. Again, got the viewfinder flipped up. D5500 is awesome for that. I can take the composition from any angle, any vantage point, without looking at the viewfinder. What I'm trying to do here is capture the base of one tree and its sprouting vegetation and moss, and blurring out the path, the background, with all the fog. I'm shooting at an aperture of 3.2 here, not wide open. I don't want the background to be completely blurred out to the point where you don't even know what you're looking at. I want to give the impression of a backdrop, a wooded area, and not blur it out so much. Looks great. So, I think that about ends it for me. I just came across the end of the trail. This trail is pretty long too. It's one of the longest trails in this park. I think I just covered it all. And but you know, on the way back, you might see something different that you didn't see while walking in one direction. Now that I walk in the opposite direction, I may see different things that I did not see before. Different compositions, but we'll see. I hope you guys found this video informative and fun. Hope you enjoyed the music and the images, which you're about to see at the end of this video. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Please, if you can, subscribe, share, like. I would appreciate it. It would help me out. Until next time, take care of yourselves, guys. Enjoy.